Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about your sales fan club. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the 7th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training in Japanese, Training de Okane o Mura ni suru no wa yamemashou, and all are available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive and, even better, thrive in business. 1. Sell more and do it more easily. 2. Exceed your targets. In fact, blow up your targets. 3. Make some serious money. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 359. Today, we're talking about developing a personal following in sales. For most places in the world, and Japan in particular, when you find a good salesperson, you tend to stick with them. Why is that? There is a huge trust component to the idea that this person is someone you can rely on and who isn't going to rob you blind so they get rich at your expense. There are so many unprofessional salespeople floating around on every continent, and this is just base incompetence in action. Then there are evil salespeople who scam buyers, but this is a very small number of crooks and dirty dealers. The problem is that buyers are always thinking of these scammers in any sales transaction. They may not have personally suffered at the hands of these scoundrels, but the urban legends are powerful, and the warning signals are always being scanned in the sales talk. How do we build trust? The most basic requirement is to not lie to clients. Another basic requirement is to have the buyer's interests at the forefront of your mind rather than your interests. There are different profit margins for products and services. Sales managers have opinions on what you should be selling. There are sales contests to push products, etc., which can confuse salespeople as to what they are there for. Anytime the equation surfaces that the sales should be more for the benefit of the firm rather than the buyer, then we are destroying the basis for trust building with buyers. Buyers follow salespeople they trust around, and if your current firm is evil, then keep your customers and move somewhere else. What do the new firms look for in you? How many buyers have you got to bring to the company? Don't put up with anyone in the company trying to get you to compromise your relationship with your buyers for some short-term goal like a sales contest or a manufacturer bonus for sales over a certain number. These ideas are fine as long as the filter of fit for the client is applied and you can honestly say that this is a good deal for the buyer because it will deliver what they are seeking. That is the key consideration. Will it give the buyer the outcomes they need or not? When you operate like this, you build up that key trust and your buyers recommend you to other buyers, and your good name is out there in the marketplace as someone you can work with and who you can trust. What is the value of that reputation? It is gold. The issue, though, is you don't get that prominence after one deal. It takes thousands of deals and many years to build up a following of current buyers and potential buyers who will look at using you based on what they've heard about you. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs, as well as we do them in both Japanese and English. We do them face-to-face in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 26th and 27th of September, we'll have our High Impact Presentations course in English. I'm teaching that one, so make sure you join that class. On the 12th and 13th of October, we'll be doing our High Impact Presentations, this time in Japanese. On the 13th of October, we'll do our Dale Carnegie course. We'll do the online version. On the 10th of November, we'll be doing our 3-day version of our Leadership Training for Managers course. Go to our website at www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni Sunu wa Yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from small, medium enterprises all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. From time to time, things will go pear-shaped and you have to do your best to repair the relationship, and that might have some financial elements attached to it, like giving them back their money. Often, though, the firm hierarchy will not support you, and this is where you can be compromised. That is why leaving for a more stable company who can see the long-term relationship as an asset is a much better idea. Telling the buyer that you are unable to give them their money back because of the firm's policy, and that as a direct consequence of their decision towards this client, you are leaving that company, leaves your trust element intact. Clients won't be happy to not get their money back, but you taking the high moral ground will be noted and appreciated. They won't deal with your company again, but they will continue to deal with you and will speak highly of you to others. We all know that gaining trust in sales is so difficult and that it takes a lot of time. But that is how it is, and we have to work within those boundaries. Walking away from a deal that isn't in the best interests of the client hurts at that moment, because the revenues associated with that deal won't be arriving when you need them to get there. That is painful and financially can make things hard. Giving in to temptation to do the deal anyway is a sugar hit, and you will suffer massive depression later when the market hears you can't be trusted, you are too expensive, and because you offer stuff that doesn't work. Maybe you think you can skid from one client to another before the bad news catches up with you. But that is very optimistic in this internet world where bad news travels at light speed. The one-to-one personal recommendation from one buyer to a potential buyer is a much slower transition, but the value component of the stacked trust factor is enormous. We will question what we read in our social media feeds, but we will believe what our trusted friend or associate tells us about you. What would you pay to get that outcome? You'd pay the price of doing the right deals that are in the buyer's interests and sustaining that approach over many, many years. That is how you build a following, one trusting buyer at a time. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, then please work on your karma and share this with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Go out there and survive. Use it and make some serious money. Bucks, dough, moolah, coin, dosh, lolly, readies, smackers, earners, and bread and honey. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.